My name is Javier Medina, otherwise known as Kona. I am the lead tournament organizer for 219 Throwdown, hosted every other Thursday at Region Gaming Esports Center in Dyer, Indiana.
I am Cole Rainmaker Chambers. I am a TO and organizer here at 219 Throwdown.
My name is Jacob, also known as DJ Sweet Stuff. I am a TO at 219 Throwdown.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremy Zeilinga. I commentate, I help with bracket, I play. I've been playing for years. I actually helped found it, I suppose. Friend of a friend of a friend, I suppose. Eventually started making a local, and it migrated out here once the region opened in Dyer, and it's kind of taken off from there.
In some ways, I've always kind of been like in the FGC. Growing up in Mexico, a lot of the places where I would go play games at were those old school arcade places, as well as like simple game centers, nothing as fancy as what we have today. But it was through those places that I got to play a lot of like the early fighting games. At least for me, it was like early KOF, a lot of 90s Capcom stuff, and then fast forward to quite a few years, I'm able to find friends that are also into fighting games, and growing up with them, we then started to like learn about stuff like Combo Breaker or Evo. I still remember some of the first times that I ever sat down with my friends to watch Evo. Those are like core memories to me. Once we got into college around 2015, Tekken 7 came out. I was always a big Tekken fan. Once that our friend group got Tekken 7, we started taking it a little more like seriously. We were like feeling ourselves. We're like, you know what? Let's see what's around. We looked around for some of the local competition, and we found a couple local tournaments. Huge shout outs to Wednesday Night Fights at Up Your Alley, hosted by Adam, as well as the 11/11 tournament hosted by Brandon out in Michigan City. There were some of the first events that I traveled to, and they were very foundational of like what I would want to bring to 219 Throwdown, what would eventually become 219 Throwdown.
I got into it mostly from 219. I had played fighting games before, but I definitely got back into it because of 219 and kind of found like a real love for it afterwards, just mostly from the people and stuff like that. And it's been a great experience over the past few years. Met a lot of really great people.
Me and my dad played a lot of fighting games when I was growing up. So play a lot of Soul Calibur on the GameCube, a lot of old Street Fighter games. And so I've always had an affinity for playing fighting games. And really it all started when Javier at 219 Throwdown asked me to help TO, and from there I was able to go to Frosty Faustings and Combo Breaker and really immerse myself into the community. And it's been awesome. Everyone's so nice to play games with and talk to. It's really chill.
I just started getting into the FGC itself probably sometime around early Tekken 7. I'm bad with dates, so please don't quote me on that. But I went to a Frosty Faustings and somehow I made top 16. I don't know how that happened. So it was great. I mean, I met some familiar faces, some new faces. Got beat up on stream pretty bad, but I had the time of my life. I had my buddies at home blowing up my phone, text message, do this. What are you doing? Stuff like that. So it's something I'll never forget.
The early team of 219 Throwdown consisted of me, two of my best friends, and my brother-in-law is also one of my best friends. It all just kind of lined up perfectly. I mean, life was moving in different directions, so a lot of my friends who I used to hang out with to play fighting games with were no longer around, so we were really missing that like space of community in our area. So after going to a few of the local tournaments out here, seeing, they're just hosting it at a restaurant with like their own setups. This looks like something that we could do together. I had kind of like rolled that idea around for a little bit until one day it's a little holiday retreat. I invited those two friends out to a hotel. We all brought our own setups and we just played fighting games for like the whole night, and it really brought back a lot of those good community memories. And I said, hey, you know what, if we could do this for us, I don't see why we can't just find like a spot and start running our own locals. Like we could be the the founders of our local scene, and that seemed super exciting, super fun to me. So I told him about it. We got my brother-in-law to design our logo and some of our assets early on, and with that, we found a restaurant that was willing to host us, and we were off to the races. We've been running 219 Throwdown ever since late 2022, and going on 3 years strong now. So it's been pretty fun.
I came in about like a year and a half into it. About 2 years ago I came in. I just really fell in love with the community here. The people here, the experience was just so much fun, just playing games with people that, I found to be really good friends with. Eventually they came to me and like, hey, we need some extra hands around here as we start growing, and I was like, sure, I'd love to. So it was just, just something that, dedication to it and just a love for this community.
I got my friends to play Tekken 7 with me online. Randomly one day a coworker at the hospital I work at was just like, hey man, look at this flyer I found. And we saw a flyer for 219 Throwdown, and at the time, me and my friend were kind of trying to get serious into fighting games because we thought it was really fun. At the time, before 219 Throwdown was held here at the lovely Region Gaming Esports Center, it was at a Mexican restaurant in East Chicago. It was pretty cool. So we showed up there really nervous because this was like our first ever event. And then me and my friend just loved the vibes. We loved hanging out, finding a place to play our favorite game.
I mean, I guess I'm kind of grandfathered in. I was one of the, couple founding members. It was pretty much just the three of us, me, Javier, and Eli. And I mean, we started out at a small Mexican restaurant. I kind of got invited by Eli. I met Javi through Eli, and it just kind of grew from there. They need people on commentary, people that are well-versed in the game. I play a lot of Tekken. I mean, I've been playing since I was, yay tall.
Our tournament started out quite small. I mean, which ones don't, we were running them out of like a local Mexican restaurant out in East Chicago, Indiana. Mismatched setups, you seeing nothing consistent amongst them. Maybe like 5 or 6 players, if we were lucky, would show up every other night. A lot of them who turned out to be lifelong, I mean, I guess like 3-year lifelong regulars at our events. Shout out to DJ Sweet Stuff and Abysmal Psycho, Jeremy Z, Melee Fox, like all those early supporters, a lot of early team members, volunteers. Like, we would not be where we are without them, and I wouldn't have been able to start them without the help of my friends, Eli and Julian. They were the ones that like got this community started, and like I might have had the idea, but it would not be here without them, definitely. And huge shout out to Mike, who is like the owner of our new venue, or like 2 years now. Like it's grown so much. Ultimately, it's grown so much, and I'm very happy to have seen it grown so much too, where now we have consistent or high quality, consistent setups for everybody to play on. We're able to do like dual screen stuff. We're able to do bigger events, invitationals of our own. It's been amazing, and having that community grow around us and be so willing to support us and put in the effort to make things better for everybody around us has been amazing. I'm very blessed, and I really hope to be running these events for a long time with our friends, with my team.
Well, it started off with like 3 people in a Mexican restaurant, and getting like 20 plus signups on start.gg. I mean, it's probably not a lot to most, but it's pretty nice getting to be able to put together an event and have people enjoy the event that you're running, just making sure like people are having a good time, and seeing the amount of friends I've made. I've actually made some really close friends through 219 Throwdown, and so it's really nice having a new group of people I could call really close friends.
Growth has looked, at times, I would say it's not linear. It's definitely like we have seen our ups and downs, but we've definitely, just a dedication to the community and all that, and just running different events and stuff like that, from mystery brackets to watch parties to we've started running online brackets as well on our off weeks. It's definitely been interesting to see the diversity of what we do here. So it's not linear, but it's definitely very rewarding.
So we started, like I said, small restaurant. Probably more people going there to eat than actually play games. And we were just looking for a spot. Javi noticed Region just opened up here in Dyer, Indiana, and there's all this space. The venue's nice and new, nice and clean, plenty of equipment. Just kept putting the word out. He got a whole bunch of graphics going. Jacob, he's been nice enough to make emotes and help with like the stream overlay and everything, and it's just kind of slowly improved, like slowly grown just from the ground up, pretty much word of mouth, and it just spreads from one person to the next, you know?
Hey, I am Mike Papperstein. I'm the owner of Region Gaming Esports Center here in Dyer, Indiana. When my youngest child was in 8th grade, the high school in our town was losing their sponsor for esports club in their school. So my wife told me to go do it so we could keep the club open. So that introduced me to the whole realm of esports. Now, I've been a gamer all of my life, but didn't know the esports side of it. Our first year, we went to a championship match that was in the back of a Microsoft store in a mall. And I'm like, we need a venue. So I told my wife about it. She told me to put together a plan, and I put together a plan, and here we are. So opened this place up in March of 2023. My role is really just the venue owner. I do appreciate, the 219 being here or any other FGCs that want to come through and do stuff. I love the community. I've gotten to know quite a few of people through the community from doing these events, but I just love to support the fighting game community. Whether it's this tournament, a different tournament, a bigger tournament, or just a casual get-together, I'm open for anything like that. Started when Amanda kind of wandered in here and found us when we first opened, probably like the first week. They were losing their venue at the time, so she found us and told Javi and Eli. So Javi and Eli came and checked us out, and then we kind of just talked, and I had no idea what fighting game community was, at that point. So he kind of explained what it was going to be. So I'm like, okay, we can do this. We've been very flexible. So we're using my private room here during the tournaments usually, but if I do have somebody book that, then we'll move them out into the main area to run the tournaments. So that way they don't have to cancel the tournament for that week. We can still kind of do everything that they want to get done. It's a family. Being a family business, I love that it's a family. I strive to have my business feel like a family. So the fact that Javi and his crew come in here, and then any other, like you guys are invading from Chicago, right? But you guys feel welcomed here, hopefully. I want everybody to know that this is a home for anybody and everybody. So I love the fact that we have this big family here. It's just like you're at your friend's house, you're having a good time. That's what I strive as a venue to provide. And I've been receiving feedback from everybody, that's how they feel when they're here. Like, this is just a place to be, a very comfortable place. So yeah, I just love the growth of the community, the feel of the community, and the amount of love that everybody has for not only the games but just the participants. So it's just a great thing as a venue owner to witness and be part of.
To win and Throwdown, one of our main goals is for everybody to feel welcome and have fun and to feel safe. We go as far as to have a pretty strict code of conduct. We don't tolerate a lot of people having huge outbursts, a lot of too much negative salt. I believe there's positive and negative salt. There's that saltiness that you feel after losing that inspires you to get better and progress as a player. Then there's the negative side of it where you just don't feel happy or whatever. It's not that we don't want people to feel sad, but we want it to be in a productive way. We don't want people throwing controllers, much less speak in ways that will offend or make anybody feel uncomfortable. So we do have a pretty strict 3-strike system, as well as always open ears and eyes to what our community is doing and what our players are feeling. So if anybody ever feels uncomfortable or has any questions for us, or needs to report something, we're always more than happy to assist them in any way we can, and make sure that we are keeping any unsportsmanlike players out of our events.
I have a buddy who's in a FGC dead zone in the Northeast. It just the nearest one's 45 minutes away from him, and I can see having very little places to gather and commune with other people can be rough on someone, especially, you know, they can play on Discord all the time, but nothing beats sitting side by side your opponent and friend and playing a match out, talking and bantering the whole time. Makes it way more fun and less frustrating than playing online. I
want this to be like a place where like you can come if you feel like you're not, even if you're not the best. Like I've always been like community first, competition second. Like, I mean, everyone wants to compete, but like at the end of the day, we're all people, we're all just looking for somewhere to go. And I want this to be a place where like you can just come here regardless of how well you play or what you play, and just come here and feel comfortable to just relax and just hang out with people. But at the same time, I do want that a level of like, I would say competition. You know, I mean, competition after community, of course, but it's just, you know, put everybody working together to push each other further, you know, bring out the best in each other. So I hope one day we can really show off like, you know, what we have as a community, and I'm excited for it.